Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's update our view on the gold market. So yesterday we discussed possible action to the next resistance area on the intraday charts and said that probably, since overall context remains bearish on the daily chart, on the weekly chart, we still treat this upward bounce that we have as just a retracement. So it means that at any significant resistance level we should consider chances for possible taking the short position, because the price, if everything goes as it's suggested by the patterns that we have, will be not bad, as market should drop back to the 1680 area. And currently, actually, it seems that performance is changing gradually on the gold market, and it could mean that market could start downward action even today. I'm also talking about this just because, as we're taking a look at today's video on the Forex market, on euro currency, on the cable, they also have the bearish context, suggesting downward acceleration, which means that in the gold market also could follow, and this based obviously on strength in the United States dollar, and it suggested that, well, at least market with the performance hints that maybe some hawkish moments could be sounded in press conference in Wyoming today. On the daily chart, what we have, actually market forming tight consolidation. We do not have any big swings, big accelerations, which means that it confirms just that this is a pullback retracement, taking the shape of classical flag, which is a bearish continuation pattern. It would be great if here we already have in place bearish grabber on the daily chart with the MACD, but unfortunately we do not have it. So depending on what performance we will get, most conservative approach, you could, for instance, do nothing through the Wyoming meeting just to avoid volatility and wait for the next week. If market forms grabber and really could move slightly higher, well, that might be another opportunity to consider taking the short position. But based on the performance, as I said, on the Forex and what we have on intraday charts, I treat this scenario as not very probable. It seems that the downward continuation immediately has more chances to happen, because on the fall time frame chart, take a look what has happened around our confluence. Yesterday, when market stands above it, we said, well, sometimes it happens, market, it seems that breaking up the confluence, because our targets already also have been exceeded, and we said, well, that's okay, let's wait for the next 1777. But immediately after that, as you can see, market turns down, shows a reversal, and shown an inability to proceed higher and break finally the confluence area. So it seems that here we are getting the reaction on the confluence level, and market has formed bearish reversal candle. It is important, market created a new top and closed below the lows of the previous candle. So it usually, this type of action becomes the starting point of the deeper downward acceleration on any market. The one thing that's, well, a bit tricky here is market's flirting with the MACD. So we do not want to get grabber, so just keep an eye on the appearing of it. Hopefully we will not get it, as market just will keep going lower, because appearing of the bullish grabber right there, well, it's not very logical. But if we will get it, well, decide by yourself. So it's not good to go against the pattern. You could, for instance, wait and see whether the market will challenge the stop on volatility or on some other moments, or you just could try and take the position, but to place a bit more extended stop order. As we agreed yesterday, it should be above the 618 level. So a few options here exist. Act as your personality tells you and your trading plans you usually inhabit to do. But let's see, maybe we will not get it. Maybe we will not even grabber here at this point. But this is the moment on the fall time frame chart that you need to keep an eye on. In general, everything looks good. Good bearish engulfing, good bearish reversal, but the grabber is a bit tricky moment here on the 4-hour time frame chart. On the lower time frame, take a look on the hourly chart. What we have here, we have minor grabber, market is turning down, and at this point, this level seems very important technically. It's just because take a look, market is trying to complete the target, has failed to do this, drop back to this natural support resistance, and now stands upon it. So drop below this area, open road back to the A point lows. So market will turn in a new trading range on the hourly chart. It's below it. But this drop, it's already could become the starting point of the more significant downward continuation, breakout of the flag that we have on the daily chart, right? So here's market actually. This is our flag on a daily chart that we have, and it's could mean further downward continuation here. So that being said, actually we have the two different options. First of all, most conservative approach, as we said, do nothing, wait when the YM meeting will be over, and if it will be well, not as hawkish as suggested, gold market could form grabber here, taking out of this top, moving higher, and maybe on the daily chart we also get grabber on the next week. That will be perfect combination for taking the short position with the possible downside continuation, because this will be best price that we could get this scenario. Although this scenario, as you understand, well, not has a bit lower probability to happen. Alternatively, you could just think about position taken somewhere in this area. It's not very important in what point you will take it, but initially you have to place stop at least above this XOP, because if grabber will be formed, market will take it out of this top, trying to challenge it, and logically will keep going to the XOP. And better if you will place it initially above the 618 level. So that's actually two-way of action that we could follow in the current moment. But second scenario, of course, only for those who are ready to go through the Wyoming press conference. But there's all surprises that it really could bring.